universe did not want you to have a new iPhone. Probably the old iPhone curse, you know? Like, you dare replace me? You know, what's wrong with the iPhone 13? Do they have a 15 now, or is it 14?
Okay, this is gonna be one take only because I have never been so frustrated with a platform and response to a very situation. A very serious situation. For those that have not seen it yet, YouTube has finally spoke up about the Sniperwolf doxing Jacksfilms incident. However, the way they went about it was probably one of the most PR save our asses move ever, and I feel like we should talk about it because this is kind of what I said, I think, in my live stream. If you guys have not watched my live stream, I said in my live stream that demonetization was a first step. I did say that. However, the way YouTube responded to this whole thing is very, very disappointing. So let's read YouTube's statement together on the Sniperwolf incident, and then you tell me if this was the right move. So we're gonna pull up YouTube's statement right now because I'm not cutting anything. And it says the following. It says, confirming Sniperwolf has received a temporary monetization suspension per creator responsibility policies. Off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk harm our community, and the behavior on both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. Hoping everyone helps move this convo to a better place. And this is in response to Jacksfilms' tweet 6 days ago calling out Sniperwolf. What's really irritating a lot of people, and myself included, is the statement of the behavior on both sides. Both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. I'm sorry, I just want to figure out what Jacksfilms did that was like just as bad as Sniperwolf doxing him. That's like, I just want to take a pause on that. I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to look at the camera. I'm just going to ask YouTube directly. How is doxing someone and their family risking their personal safety the same as someone that made a channel doing fair use critiques on how someone was stealing content, by the way, faking gameplay, by the way, Kids' Choice Awards for Gamer of the Year twice, don't know how that happened. So you mean to tell me these two things are equal? This is the problem with YouTube right here. I knew for some reason, I don't know if I said it in my live stream or whatever, I think I did. I just knew for some reason in my heart, I knew YouTube was gonna go with the person that made them the most money. I know they said both actions aren't what we want on YouTube, but what they're saying is the silent part out loud. The silent part out loud is Sniperwolf makes us too much money. No, we're not gonna ban her off our platform. You know, I think that's probably like the craziest part about all this is because I just don't understand, you know? She literally, and like, I think the person that was with her was joking about hurting Jacksfilms and it was supposed to be taken as a joke, blah, blah, blah. Fine, okay, I guess. But in context, it came off as threatening. She posted his address with numbers on the front of the house for people to see. I don't understand how YouTube is just gonna say, well, we're gonna temporarily suspend her and then it's all gonna be good. That's not the solution. The solution is removing someone that did a dangerous act that put another person's life at risk off your platform. Because now what you're telling us as creators is that anybody is allowed to dox us and all that's gonna happen is them losing a little bit of monetization. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Sniperwolf does not need YouTube monetization to like really live off anymore. I'm pretty sure she's like sold merch. I know her G Fuel collaboration got clapped because that's not on the site anymore. So her G Fuel like sponsorship, whatever you wanna call it, is gone. I did see that. but she was already making enough money where she could have taken off for 5 years and been fine. That's what's so crazy about this, is because YouTube probably thought they like hit a slam dunk and thought they like killed it with their response. But in reality, they didn't do anything. They literally did the most minimum thing possible. And that's why I personally am upset about this response. And all Sniper was probably gonna do is just record videos, save them, not post it until her suspension is done, and then she's just gonna post a massive amount of videos and get a massive amount of views. And that's ultimately the most disappointing part in all this, is because it feels like the lesson is not going to be learned. Because what you're telling me and what you're telling like the people is doxing is fine, however, don't make videos about people, because they're saying those two things are on the same level. Fair use critique channel, doxing. Let me say it again for you. Fair use critique channel, doxing. I really don't know how YouTube equated both those things to be equal, but whoever at Team YouTube responded with this, it's a wonder how like people like James Charles, Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star got to just stay on this platform as long as they have. With responses like this, I can see why. It just shows the favoritism of YouTube that we all know exists, we just don't talk about it. And at the end of the day, I just think this is just enabling bad people to keep doing bad things, because you're showing that a serious crime was committed off the platform, so all that equals on like your platform is a slap on the wrist. And you know what's crazy? Let's take content creation out of this for a second. I have known people, like people in my life, that have done stuff outside of their job, and they were off the clock. They weren't working, right? And those people did something bad outside of work. Now, depending on how severe it is, that person lost their job. Sucks, but at the end of the day, a lot of companies do not like, even when you're off the clock, how you represent yourself. So if you're representing yourself in a negative way, or you're doing something that's really bad or seen as bad, they will let you go. And I'm just tripped out how YouTube sees something that is so serious and that could lead to like dire consequences and just say, temporary monetization suspension, perfectly fine, right? But at the end of the day, that's not fine. That's actually like, it's just so performative. I think that's where I'm getting to this, is like, this response is just so performative, and it just reeks of like PR, let's save our face, but also let's save our money-making content creator at the same time. And you know what's really trippy about this as well, and this is kind of sad. I wonder if Sniperwolf was doing this to a creator with a lot less numbers, if YouTube would have ever responded or taken action. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think that's the case. I think, thankfully, because Jacksfilms has a big following, that this got a lot of traction. Obviously, I made a video about this, not knowing who the hell Sniperwolf is. A lot of people have made their videos in response to how dangerous this situation is. But for me, thankfully, YouTube at least did notice it, I guess. But the response at the end of the day, after like 6 days of waiting for a response, this was just a terrible response. I'm sorry, I really have no other way to put it. I just don't understand, I guess, where the end goal is here. Because again, it just seems like they downplayed what she did to just like chicanery off the platform, when in fact it was a legitimate crime according to the California Penal Code. This on top of everybody calling her out for like her older videos, because I talked in my stream the other day about how there was a deleted video of Sniperwolf allegedly asking minors to twerk on camera on Omegle, I think, and she was going to flash them or whatever. Don't know how that like slid for so long, but that's just another thing on top of the horrid things that I have researched about Sniperwolf, like the transphobic comments that I've read. Apparently, she ignored a kid that was dying of cancer, and even though apparently the situation got rectified, but like the way that it was going on about it first was very gross because she was just kind of ignoring the kid. Apparently Sniperwolf has like had racial microaggressions. She's not really said like the N-word or anything, but she talked about a woman and called her like a Mexican and all this stuff, and like said all these negative things about her. I've seen a video of her body shaming a teenager that was wearing a prom dress. There was just like a lot of things that I found within this week alone that just concerned me. And again, it just feels like YouTube is doing the bare minimum thing to just say that they responded. That way people will leave them alone about it. But I think, if anything, this response right here is just going to make people come at YouTube even harder for like no accountability being taken. And I really don't have much else to say. This is really like a straight up rant video, I kid you not. Like, I'm literally going to stop this, put the photos up that I need to, and then post. Because honestly, I didn't really have any jokes here. I didn't even introduce myself in this video. I just wanted to like say what I had to say and then be done with my day, because I have to go to work. Because unlike Sniperwolf, I have to like actually have a job, because you know I can't make videos all day to get money, allegedly. So sorry about that, guys. I'm not really that much of a ranty person, but I feel like I said everything I need to say, and yeah, I hopefully YouTube sees the error of their ways, because I think this response was piss poor. Hopefully YouTube is like, okay, maybe we need to try this again. Doubtful. I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm just saying it would just like make something out of this better, you know. But I really don't have much else to say except, you know, YouTube really needs to do better, especially when it comes to creating a safe space for content creators, you know. Once again, it is Malcolm. That's me. I did that in one take and one take only. So, without further ado, everybody, I wish you well, I wish you good health, and I will see you again next time.